Okay, welcome back. Teresa Di Felice, Director of Government and Community Relations with CAA, joins us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're talking about insurance rates.
Yes, we are. We want them to come down, right?
Yes, motorists want the insurance rates to come down. Absolutely.
And we're heading there, right? 4%, is that right?
Right. So I think what we heard today is that the rates have come down about 4%. The hope is to hit 15% by next year. But it was part of the government's budget commitment to see a reduction in insurance rates for Ontario motorists.
Where do our rates in the GTA sit compared to other provinces?
In terms of, in the GTA, it depends, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, rates are based on a number of factors. They're based on how drivers drive, sort of what their risk factors are, what they drive. So it can be various rates across different parts of even Ontario.
And even within pockets of different parts of the city.
It also depends on where you live,
yeah.
right? If you live in a high-risk area, your rates are higher.
There could be certain risk factors about where you live that could create a bit more of a rate premium. You know, like I said, there's a number of factors that goes into it, absolutely.
Okay, so seeing a major fluctuation, can we talk about those factors? So factors of drivers who get into a number of crashes.
Right.
Or
the driver behavior, driver history, number of accidents, those are all types of things that go into it. What you drive in terms of replacement costs of the car should you get into a collision. You know, again, it's also about what you're choosing in terms of your protection and level of coverage. And so, you know, we saw a change to that a few years ago. And so, you know, what do the insurance companies file for rates themselves in terms of how they have to cover the cost? There's lots of things like fraud that is impacting the rates in Ontario.
But you know what's frustrating? I've never brought fraud to my insurance company. I've never had a claim. I have a safe driving record, and still I pay through the nose.
So I think that what the focus right now is to look at all of those factors and what are the unnecessary costs that could come down, dealing with things like tow regulations in the province to deal with some of the fraud that's happening there. The Ministry of Consumer Services is looking at storage and liens and some of the costs that they're seeing from drivers due to certain situations. Your history, absolutely, and trying to get to that place of what are some of those other costs in terms of the benefits that go along with your insurance.
Fraud is a much bigger problem than we think. Many people go driving without insurance,
right.
And then there's obviously you hear those cases where people claim for different fraudulent incidents.
And then we pay for it.
Yes.
Well, and that's part of the challenge is in terms of tackling some of the big issues means that Ontarians overall will benefit if we tackle things like fraud and unnecessary costs involved in the price of insurance, then everyone benefits. And then it comes down to driver behavior. What is your history? What are you doing when you're in your car? Are you getting tickets? Are you getting into frequent collisions? And that's where, you know, some companies like CAA Insurance has been able to sort of look at their customers and give better rates. So some companies are offering more than the 4%. Telematics is going to play a factor in how you get rated. So, you know, even just sort of being able to prove, not just with not getting tickets, but even being able to monitor your driving habits and to show that you are obeying the speed limits, things like that.
Yeah, we're out of time. Are we going to see this 15% reduction, do you think?
I think there's a concentrated effort between government and the industry to see a reduction for Ontarians, absolutely.
15%?
Hopefully over 2 years. I mean, we're on our way, so.
All right, Teresa, thank you very much.